Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
Together, we're Backyard Musings, Apple Valley, California.
Yep, and we are back in the living rooms, and we are talking about strange one tonight or today. It's a strange one.
Psilocybin appears to calm brain circuits that link physical pain with emotional distress, offering relief that lasts beyond the drug's immediate effects. By acting on the brain's emotional and pain processing centers, it could lead to safer, longer lasting alternatives to opioids. Would you like to know more?
Okay. Researchers at Penn Medicine have uncovered how psilocybin, the main psychoactive ingredient in certain magic mushrooms, influences key brain magic mushrooms. Not your normal mushrooms you'd find on a pizza. Although I imagine you could probably put some on a pizza. Influences key brain circuits, offering potential new approaches for treating chronic pain and related mental health conditions.
Chronic pain affects more than 1.5 billion people globally and often intertwines with anxiety and depression, creating a feedback loop that worsens both physical and emotional suffering. The new research from the Perelman School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania, published in Nature Neuroscience on October 2nd, 2025, sheds light on how this cycle might be broken.
Quote, as an anesthesiologist, I frequently care for people undergoing surgery who suffer from both chronic pain and depression. In many cases, they're not sure which condition came first, but often one mistakes the other worse. That's according to Joseph Sitchin, MD, PhD, and assistant professor of anesthesiology and critical care at Penn. I'm going to just assume that that's probably University of Penn. I don't know, Penn Medical. And senior author
or Penn State. Yeah, University of Penn.
Yeah. Again, this is a quote. This new study offers hope. These findings open the door to developing new, non-opioid, non-addictive therapies as psilocybin and related psychedelics are not considered addictive. I don't know. But okay, they're the doctors.
Yeah, I don't know either. And experiments using mice with chronic nerve injury.
Let me just throw this in there. When I was growing up, and I grew up in the 60s and the 70s, this magic mushrooms were considered poor man's LSD. So just throwing that out there. Okay.
So, in experiments using mice with chronic nerve injury and inflammatory pain, scientists discovered that a single psilocybin dose eased both pain and depression-like behaviors caused by that pain, with the effects lasting for nearly 2 weeks. Psilocybin achieves this by subtly stimulating serotonin receptors, which are the 5-HT2A and 5-HT1A in the brain, those receptors. Quote, unlike other drugs that fully turn these signals on or off, psilocybin acts more like a dimmer switch, turning it to just the right level, Ciccone said.
All right. To identify where these effects began, the team injected psilocin, the active compound formed when psilocybin is metabolized, into specific parts of the central nervous system. Using advanced fluorescent microscopy, which employs glowing dyes to track neuron activity, they observed spontaneous firing in brain-related neurons. When psilocin was introduced into the brain's prefrontal cortex, specifically the anterior cingulate cortex, ACC, an area involved in processing both pain and emotion, the mice experienced similar pain and mood improvements to those seen with psilocybin when psilocybin was administered systematically. Yeah, I don't know. These poor mice.
Yeah. Better than beagles. Researchers also injected psilocin into the spinal cord, but it didn't have the same calming effect. Quote, psilocybin may offer meaningful relief for patients by bypassing the site of injury altogether and instead modulating brain circuits to process pain while lifting the ones that help you feel better, giving you relief from both pain and low mood at the same time, said Ciccone.
Researchers believe the findings from this study could also inform therapies for other conditions involving dysregulated brain circuits, such as addiction or post-traumatic stress disorder. Syched adds that more research is needed to determine effectiveness of psilocybin.
Quote, in my anesthesiology practice, I often see that both pain and mood symptoms can worsen following surgery due to the physiological and psychological stress imposed by the procedure. Yeah, we had Cameron, we put tubes in his ears and he had anesthesia. And after the procedure, he was a wild man, a complete wild man. It took like 2 or 3 nurses.
Is that for like an ear infection?
Yeah, for ear infection, the tubes relieved whatever. Man, he was just crazy. And I'm seeing this and I'm like, yep. While psilocybin shows promise as a treatment for both pain and depression, it remains uncertain whether such therapies would be safe, effective, or feasible in the window keeps popping up in the context of surgery and anesthesia, explains Ciccone.
The Penn team plans to investigate optimal dosings, strategies, long-term effects, and the ability of the brain to rewrite itself in sustaining these benefits in rodent models. Quote, while these findings are encouraging, we don't know how long-lived psilocybin's effects are or how multiple doses might be needed to adjust brain pathways involved in chronic pain for a longer-lasting solution. This is added by Stephen Weiser, co-author and a Penn neuroscience PhD student in Sychen's lab. Okay, or Sitchin, whatever you pronounce his name. So.
Yeah, so I hope it can help like traumatic stress, from brain
PTSD.
injuries.
Yeah, that would be good,
Yeah.
right? I mean, and we kind of always just think about that in the terms of warfare, right, or a campaign, a war campaign. But there's a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder that's from other stuff, car accident, violent crime, just a lot of stuff. So yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully they're onto something here. But
magic mushrooms.
Magic mushrooms. There you go.
All right, folks. We'll see you. Have a good one.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.